people. Hey,
Hey
what's
Courtney,
up,
how's
brother?
it going?
Good. How you doing, brother?
Pretty good, pretty good. Thanks for taking the time today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Sorry to shave today, man. A little busy.
It's all good, man. And then once this is done, can you save it to your camera roll or like whatever?
Absolutely. Yeah. I save it on there. Everything I need to do. Yeah,
Awesome, awesome. Really
yeah.
excited for the interview. Just thank you again so much for the time.
Absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity for sure.
hmm So, first question I had for you: how has your 2021 transpired so far?
You know, right now everything's on point. The business is doing really good. Looking to expand my business. Other than that, bro, it's better than last year. We kind of, like I said, I have my own studio here in San Diego, Hendo Studios, and our sales are up like 60%, bro. It's insane, So
hmm
my business is prospering. I can't complain right now. I'm blessed for sure. Thank you.
And we're one year exactly from the pandemic, from the start of like the pandemic, I guess. How
Yeah.
has the pandemic impacted you as a photographer?
Well, I don't do photography anymore, so I'm full time businessman. So, like I said, I'm here running my Hendo Studios, and uh, during the pandemic, it was pretty hard. We shut down for what 5 6 months. So we
hmm
had to survive through 5 6 months of no income. So it was pretty crazy, but we persevered and found other means of revenue, and we survived the pandemic. But it was crazy in the beginning. You know what I mean? Like I said, everything was shut down. So, but everything's good now. We're killing it.
And prior to like the big business moves, how long were you like a photographer for?
So I've been a photographer total about 5 years, almost 6 years. I started working at UCSD Hillcrest as a trauma tech, then in the medical field, and I worked there for what 6 7 years, almost 8 years, and fell in love with photography, man, and never looked back. You know what I mean? So
hmm
been in love with photography though ever since. For my career on combat sports, so I was in love with combat sports. Tried to do a little bit of fighting earlier, but I wasn't successful on an amateur tip. But um, I fell in love with combat sports photography, inspired by James Law, Ryan Loco, and Eric Williams. Those some popular MMA photographers in the community. I seen their work, and I was so inspired by their work, and I kind of transitioned to MMA. So MMA photography. So that's pretty much my little rundown for sure.
In terms of shooting with fighters, who has been your favorite fighter to shoot with?
Oh, that's a hard question right there, brother.
Like I saw you with Izzy, you had some like a classic video of Izzy. So like, who's been your favorite fighter?
Um, you know, I would say maybe like the Dominic Cruzes, the Phil Davis, the Conor McGregors, because I'll tell you why. Because when I was around them, I seen a different side of a person. Like they believe in themselves so much. That's why I feel like they're great. You know what I mean? Because they're like you can't tell them nothing. You know what I mean? They believe in themselves on a whole different level that I never seen a individual. On this face of this earth walk like that. Like man, they're beasts, they're animals. You know what I mean? They're not regular people. I call them aliens. You know what I mean? They're freaks. Of course, they have talent, but at the same time, the belief within themselves is
hmm
so great, bro. They're just different people. They're different, bro. That's all I
hmm
can say. Like you know,
Yeah, and you say that they show like a different side to them. Just working with them personally, and they show like a great side to them, like a more personal side. But in recent news, we've seen a side of Monster executive Hans Molenkamp. We've seen for years now, like a lot of people didn't know about what was going on, like the casual fans. But inside the MMA industry, people like you, Dominic Cruz, all of the other fighters, they knew what was going on behind the scenes. So, like,
sure,
looking at your video yesterday, I believe it tripled in views. I think it's like at 3,000 views now.
it's going
And
nuts.
and you spoke about the truth in full. So, what was your decision like to uh, promote and put that video out there for the people to see?
Well, the reason why I put it out because I feel like I'm the voice for the people that can't talk right now.
hmm
There's a lot of shit that's going on that the casual fan don't even know about. And the reason why they don't know is because they're being suppressed. And I feel like they can't talk about it. If they want, their revenue, if they want to keep that sponsorship, they have to do what Hans tell them to do. I'm not one of those people. You know what I mean? I was one of those people for a long time, and he controlled my whole life, everything, bro. And it's a crazy situation. But I chose to quit Monster Energy because of him. And Monster's a dope company on a lot of aspects, but it's not Monsters. It's Hans Molenkamp. And I decided to quit Monster off, and do my own thing because of him. But I know what they're going through, and I know they can't do anything. They can't say anything because it's bigger than what people think. It is
Mm-hmm.
way bigger than what people think, and what people know. And it's a lot of it's controlled by money. People have been controlled by money, and I'm not one of those people. I'm an independent business. And for years, I quit Monster in 2018, and for years, it's been on my heart, man, because I've seen the devastation and the bad things that comes with that sponsorship, and
Mm-hmm.
like I say, they can't say nothing, but I can say something because I'm a free person. I don't make my money in MMA, so I have no ties to any type of MMA or the UFC or anything, so I can talk freely, So, but they can't. I guarantee you, I know what I know. They can't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, being the voice for the voiceless, that's what Sansan says in the comment section. I would like, did you have like any second like thoughts about, because a lot of people they focus on lawsuits and whatnot. Like, were you like, did you have any like butterflies in your stomach about like, like what if like Hans decides to sue me? Like, did you have any of those dots going through your mind?
For sure, always. He already tried to sue me. I know he's gonna try to sue me. Right, he's gonna try to sue me now, but he can sue me. He can't. He's gonna sue me for speaking facts of things I personally experienced. And if it's my opinion, I can say my opinion. What he gonna sue the UFC? He gonna sue Dominic Cruz? He gonna sue every fighter that comes out talking about him? This is just personal facts. This is my this is my story. He can sue me for my story. He can't do that. And if he can, he can try. You can sue anybody for anything. Hans tried to sue me before over his Instagram account. It was a fake parody account. He tried his best to sue me and sue my business. Man,
Mm-hmm.
I fear nothing. I fear no man. I fear nothing. And I got that tattoo on my chest. I fear no man, and that's the truth, And like I say, sometimes you gotta take that chance. I respect Dominic Cruz for taking that chance to help the fellow UFC fighters, but I know a lot of people are not gonna come out because they're held down by that money. But this is something I personally experienced. This is not opinion. This is a fact. What I'm telling you right now, the story that I said on that tape, that's not an opinion, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I'm spitting, that is from experience facts. You know what I mean? So he can try to sue me all he wants. I don't give a shit. I fear nobody. And that's the truth.
Amen to that, man. And
Yeah.
with the investigations, I think Monster said that they're launching another investigation. Like you've said in the past, there's multiple that have went in. Do you think anything's going to transpire after this one, or do you think it's just
I
no
don't think
change at
so.
all?
Nothing. I think everything's gonna stay the same. I feel like he might be an asset to that company. I don't really know, but this is my opinion. This is not a fact. You know what I mean? This is just my opinion. So I'm letting you know I'm stating my opinion right now. I don't think that's going to transpire. You know, I think Monster's coming out with a statement like they have to address the public because Dominic Cruz came out and blew the lid on this thing. And I tell you guys right now, they know Monster know what's going on. Don't you think that Monster knows what's going on, bro? Monster knows what Hans is doing. But it's their image. They gotta protect their image. And they're gonna come out and say they're investigating because they have to. What else? They're gonna be like, oh, okay. Dominic Cruz came out and said this. We're not gonna do anything. Okay, yeah, sure. It's a corporate company, so they have to come out and say something. But if you're asking me, I'm stating my opinion. I don't think Monster's gonna do anything.
Hmm. Did you watch the Believe You Me podcast today?
I didn't know. I
Yeah.
don't I don't
So
watch that shit no more because no. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
oh yeah, I heard Michael. I just wrote an article on Michael Bisping saying that he had his contract terminated by Hans just because he spoke out and said, "Hey man, we're not friends." Like Bisping basically told Hans that we're not friends, and that's his reasoning for the termination of the contract. So, what was your reaction to hearing all this?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. If you go against Hans, if you don't do what Hans tell you to do, good luck with that monster contract. I mean, it can be simple as if he calls you and then he asks you to make these stupid ass videos he's been making with these fighters, and if you don't do it, good luck with your monster contract. That's how finicky it is in this industry. So I'm not surprised. You got to do what Hans tells you to do. You know what I mean? If you don't, like I say, good luck getting that money. He knows he's in control of it. He controls the whole industry on the back end. He controls the whole industry. So yeah, I'm not surprised. I've seen way worse stuff than that. That's man. A lot of stuff a lot of specific things I probably won't talk about because I have a relationship with a lot of these people. But let me tell you, that's nothing compared to what the shit I've seen with my own eyes. So yeah, I'm not surprised. That's nothing. Yeah.
What's the most bizarre thing or like ridiculous thing that you've seen Hans put out, like, in regards to him making fighters do what he wants? What's the most ridiculous thing that he's done for his social media brand?
Knockdown, like he kicked and knocked down Rampage Jackson. Bull fucking shit. You know what I mean? Bull fucking shit. Like he knocked down kicked Rampage Jackson, I was there. I filmed that. And you look at it, that's my pictures. That's number one. When he chokes out DC. So you trying to tell me you choke out DC, but John Jones can't? Bitch, get the fuck out of here. Excuse my language, but come on, man. You guys believe this bullshit? All this shit is choreographed, is scripted. You choked out DC. So you trying to tell me that you're running around and you're sparring with these fighters with the best in the world, and you going out and you choking out one of the best fighters in the world? You choke him out? Come on, bro. I was there. I filmed that too. I filmed all that. I mean, stuff like that. But it's all of it. Look at all his Instagram. All that shit is choreographed, bro. None of that shit is real. Bro, Hans would go in the bathroom, bro, douse himself with water, act like he's sweating, then go out and start doing mitts. Bro, all that shit is choreographed. Wow. And this is facts. This is not opinion. Fuck that guy, man. I don't care, man. This shit makes me mad seeing this stupid shit, man. I had to sit there and film that for my whole career. My whole career was supposed to film and shoot these fighters, and I had to film this damn fucktard. You know what I mean? This doing all this stupid shit all day, making these people look like. Oh, I can tell you something else. Him choking out Horace Gracie. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Come on. Him choking out Horace Gracie? Are you serious?
That was crazy.
And y'all believe this shit? Come on, bro. You trying to tell me that the best in the world, the legend in the sport, he's choking him out?
Yeah, no way.
Are you serious?
No way.
Come on. Let's go. Come on, you guys. You guys believe in this shit? Come on, man. Come on.
Gotcha. What's your prediction for that charity fight between? I know it's never gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Like, hypothetically, Dominic Cruz goes in there with Hans. What way do you want to see Cruz finish that fight?
Bro, Dominic Cruz is a fucking beast. I shot Dominic Cruz for years. I mean, I don't play around. Me and Dominic Cruz got into arguments, and I'm playing around with Dominic Cruz and stuff like that. Man, that dude is he's an alien, bro. Dominic Cruz will beat the brakes off Hans. Dominic Cruz Hans is part 240. Dominic Cruz is part 160. Bro, let me tell you that you're finding a real trained killer. Dominic Cruz is an animal with a capital A. Animal. I don't care if he's 150 soaking wet. He will beat the living brakes off Hans. Hans is not a fighter, bro. Hans is not a fighter. You know what Hans is? Hans is a good manipulator. He's an Instagram manipulator. He's not a fighter, bro. Everything you see is choreographed. Now you're gonna go fight somebody who really gets in there and really do this, bro. That's a murder. If they let that happen, that'd be a murder. That'd be the first MMA murder you will see.
I know it's never gonna happen, but Dominic brought up the idea of charity. What charity would you donate in that fight?
It wouldn't be a charity. It'll be due to Hans Molenkamp Surgery's GoFundMe. It won't be a charity because he's gonna have another. He will have another injury, neck injury or whatever. You know what I mean? But bro, let me tell you it won't even happen. It won't even happen. It's all fun and games, but bro, like I said, you're talking to somebody who really will kill you, or a real fighter, versus somebody who's faking like they're a fighter. That's different. So it won't happen. You know what I mean? You got to understand who you're dealing with. It's a fake person versus a real person. It's not going to happen. He's not going to put his image out like that.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think he cares so much about his image, especially on social media? You know, like you as a like social media guy, like you want to put out stuff that gets clicks. But why do you think a guy like Hans cares so much about how he looks and how he other people perceive him? Like, what do you think his reasoning is just for doing all
Because
of these bizarre stunts?
because he wants to be famous. He wants to be Instagram famous, which he is now. You know what I mean? And we got to understand that the more views and eyes are on you, the more more equity you'll have, and the more attention we'll have on it, the more he can approach all these other sponsorship companies like CBDMD, Monster, and show them that, hey, I'm bringing all these views. I'm an influencer in this game, so he can approach these companies, and it gives him like credibility. You know what I mean? Like, hey, he got 200,000 views now, 200,000
Yeah.
followers, bro. He don't have to do Monster again, and he can go to another company. That's his credibility now, because now everything is about perception on social media, anyways. Everything's about perception. So he has the image now. He don't need Monster. He don't need any other company. He got
Mm-hmm.
he got everything on Instagram now. He's good. So of course he's a smart businessman, and he's not a dummy. I was around Hans for 4 years. Hans is not a dummy, bro. Hans know what he's doing. He's a smart, intelligent businessman. He knows. I
Yeah.
mean, he just a good manipulator. For anybody to manipulate 200,000 people that on his Instagram that think that he's a real fighter, you got to have some type of skill set. You know what I mean? So he's not a dummy. I'll never say that. He's a smart guy. He's a very intelligent guy. He knows business. He's a good talker. He's a good charmer. You know, he's not a dummy, bro, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And like watching your video too, like I know exactly why you left Monster. With the your nephew's game, family's over everything, so you gotta, be there for your family and not go to LA. Can you explain that situation for those watching who don't know the specifics?
Well, so you're gonna understand my story started from the front. I used to shoot for Monster, like in the beginning when he hired me. I'm appreciative, man. I'm thank you for the opportunity, bro. I'm telling you, I know I'm talking a lot of shit about Hans, but I'm appreciative for the opportunity in the beginning to hire me. I traveled the world, bro. I shot the best in the world, man. I mean, I traveled with the camera around the world, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
unbelievable. In the beginning, he hired me. I was doing what I was hired for, to shoot the best in the world. They're sponsored fighters, but all of a sudden, it started to trend to something else. It started to become the Hans show, and I wasn't doing what I was hired to do. I was following him around and shooting social media content for him. And it got like to a point that on top of that, he was disrespecting me. Like he'll talk to me crazy in front of people, and he'll belittle me in front of people, and I was a speckled, I was like the butt of all the jokes, and in front of like big corporate people or fighters, he'll just like talk shit and like treat me like I was a kid. But I couldn't say anything because I was getting that monster paycheck. I was getting, and it was good money. It was really good money for a photographer. So I was getting that paycheck. So I had to eat all that shit. So throughout years
Yeah.
of me just enduring all this abuse, mental abuse, just talking shit about me and everything, it got to a point that I just blew my lid on it. So what made me really like blow my gasket was, like I said, when Hans tell you to do, you got to do it. You got to do it, or you lose your contract. So I was at my nephew's game, and he called me up on my phone like, "Hey, I'm going to LA right now." I'm talking about like 1 o'clock in the evening. I'm going to LA right now. You got to come with me. And it was like that for 4 years, bro. No life. I'm on
Mm-hmm.
call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When he calls, I got to go. I'm his
Yeah.
slave. So hey, I'm going to LA right now. You got to come with me. I'm going to go shoot. I'm going to go hang out with Tyron Whitley. Cool. I got to go hang with my little nephew. My little nephew was like, "Hey, I want you there to watch me play football. When I tell you to do something, you better do it." What?
Yeah.
Okay. I looked at my girl. I was like, "Baby, you know what? This is it. I got to make a change. If I don't make a change, this shit gonna keep going the way it is. This guy's bullying me. He's talking down to me. I had to make that change, bro. And I called and let him know. I say, hey, Hans, you know what? Called him back. I say, you know what? I think you need to find somebody you can talk to like this, because you can't talk to me and treat me like this no more. And better yet, I quit. And I quit. Quit on that day. But you gotta understand, but when I'm quitting, I'm losing all my money, all everything. I don't have any type of revenue coming in. This is my job at the time. So when I quit, I got bills, I got a house payment, I got a Range Rover. That's the type of money I'm making. Range Rover, eating good, everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lavish life. So that's a lot of responsibility. And I have a family, take care of my chick. So I lost everything. I said, you know what? I've been on the bottom before. I'm from the bottom. It's nothing. If I got to go back to the bottom and start over, I just got to do it. So that's what I did. I sold the Range Rover. Fuck that car. It's all good. I get something else. I get a Range Rover again. Sold the house, everything. You know what I mean? Had a little bit of money in this, saved on the side. Like I said, I was getting paid good for money, for Monster. And so I had sold the Range Rover, got 20, 30 grand off of the Range Rover. It was a brand new car. Had a little money on the side. So I said I knew Hans was going to trip out. I knew he's going to act stupid. So I needed the backup plan. Backup plan was the studio. Cool. And guess what he did? He started acting stupid. He blackballed me from the industry. He told everybody, if you did business with Courtney, which I built my career on MMA, you did business with Courtney, you will lose your Monster contract. So guess what? I couldn't make money in MMA. That's my resume. That's my bread and butter is MMA. Can't get a job with UFC. Can't get a job with Bellator. Can't even talk to fighters. I can't even shoot fighters, or they'll lose their contract. Cool, no problem. I got to pivot. I've been on the bottom, baby. I ate ramen noodles before. I'm been poor for years. Cool. That's what I had to do. Sold everything. Like I said, sold everything. Spent all my money on opening this studio up. I spent too much money, so I overspent. Then opened this studio up, so I was completely poor, bro. So only thing I had was doing side jobs or the income from the studio. And man, I swear to God, if I'm lying, I'm dying. If I'm lying, I swear to God, me and my wife, we sat on this floor and we slept in this studio for a year to get this studio up. A year, bro. Eating ramen noodles. You know how I took my showers? I went to 24-hour fitness on Bad Boy, worked out, ran, and that's how I took my showers. But in here, I ate ramen noodles. That's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth.
And from all of that to just to grow and be a successful businessman, to have Hendo Studios, have the Hendo podcast, just have your name as the lead brand in the industry, like one of the best brands in my opinion. But to go from rock bottom to where you're at right now, what can you say about that journey back to the top, I guess?
Because nobody can listen. Like I said, I've been on the bottom already, and if you want something, you got to go get it. I appreciate Hans for putting me in that position, because he put me in an uncomfortable position to make me better, to make myself better. I would have did that if I wasn't uncomfortable. So it was a blessing in disguise for me. You know what I mean? It just sucked when I was in that transition, because you're starving. But I'm telling you guys that right now, if you guys listen, anything is freaking possible when you believe in yourself. And that's how it was. I knew if I can get back on point, and keep the studio, and that, I believe in myself, and I appreciate my chick, because my chick supported me, sleeping on those floors, those cold nights on the floor, in the studio, bro. We're in the business district. I got pictures of this, on the twin mattress.
Mm-hmm.
She believed in me. You know what I mean? And nothing's impossible. I'm telling you, when you believe in yourself, who gonna stop you? Who gonna stop you? Nobody's gonna stop you, bro. And at the same time, I had so much like anger in my heart. I said, I can't let this dude do me like this, and think I can't let him win. At the time, I just hated him. You know what I mean? But now I don't care. I just care about these other fighters.
Yeah.
But at the time, I had so much anger in my heart the way he did me. You know what I mean? It was so dirty what he did me. I didn't disrespect Hans. I just okay, cool. You just can't talk to me like that. I'm a grown man. And I just separate myself from him. But he went the extra mile to make me to put me under, so
yeah,
it was malicious, so, but nothing is impossible. You gotta. Nobody can stop you. I don't care if anybody blackball you. If you want something, go get it. There's no excuses in life. I don't care. Even Hans blackball me. If I still want to shoot MMA, I go shoot MMA. There's nothing can stop you in this world. Only thing that can stop you is yourself, and that's the truth. That's the truth, bro.
Hmm. And I know like you were blacklisted from the MMA industry. Does that like still apply to like podcast? Like I know you got the podcast, but does that apply to where like can you still have guests on that are fighters and like can they still do it without Hans,
No,
removing them from their contracts?
no, they can't. It's political, So there are some fighters that I know that's sponsored by Monster, and they can't come on the podcast. They can't. I can't talk to them. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people that sponsored by Monster I still talk to, but they can't go public with it, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with that. I understand that, and I respect it because, like I say, I understand like that's a lot of money. They getting a lot of money. I'm just little old Courtney here, this little old photographer. You know what I mean? Get
Yeah.
your money. It's all good because I'm gonna get mine. I get mine a different way. Don't they'll be selfish of me to be like, hey, be my friend and be cool and support me and not get your money. No, bro, get your freaking money. It's all good. I'm not even in the MMA industry anyways. I'm a
Yeah.
business owner. So I support them and I get it, bro. That's big money. You talking real money these fighters are making and off Monster.